Here is a hard truth that nobody likes to admit. Desperation has a smell, and people can smell it from a mile away. Think about the last time you really wanted someone to like you. Maybe it was a date, maybe it was a job interview, or maybe it was just a group of cool people you wanted to fit in with. What did you do? You probably tried harder. You spoke a little faster. You laughed a little too loud at their jokes. You over-explained yourself. And what happened? You felt them pull away. You felt the energy shift. That is the paradox of attraction. The harder you run after it, the faster it runs away from you. But the ancient Stoics knew a secret that modern psychology is only just catching up to. They understood that true magnetism doesn't come from what you do, it comes from what you are. It comes from a state of mind called Ataraxia, or unshakable calm. When you are calm, you become a mirror, and people love looking into mirrors that make them look good. Today, I'm going to give you 6 specific phrases, 6 word sets that instantly flip the dynamic of any conversation. These aren't pickup lines. They aren't manipulation tricks. They are tools to anchor your own mind so that others are naturally, magnetically drawn to your stability. If you are ready to stop chasing and start attracting, comment, "I am ready." Let's begin. Before we get to the phrases, we need to understand the engine that makes them work. Most people think attraction is about being the most interesting person in the room. We live in a culture of, look at me, social media, reality TV. It tells us we need to be loud to be seen. But Stoicism teaches the exact opposite. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic teachers, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Why is this attractive? Because in a noisy world, silence is a luxury. Think about a lighthouse. A lighthouse doesn't run around the beach looking for boats to save. It doesn't scream, "Look at me." It stands still. It shines its light. And because it is grounded and unmoving, the ships come to it. That is what we're doing today. We're turning you into the lighthouse. When you use these phrases, you are signaling emotional safety. You are telling the other person's subconscious mind, "I am safe, I am stable, I don't need anything from you." And the moment you stop needing their approval is the exact moment you get it. Let's look at the first phrase. We have all been on a bad date or in a boring meeting where the other person is just waiting for their turn to speak. You say something, and they immediately say, "Oh yeah, that happened to me too," and hijack the conversation. It's exhausting. It signals ego. The first magnetic phrase is simple. Tell me more about that. This is the ultimate ego dissolver. When you use this, you are flipping the script. Instead of trying to impress them with your stories, you are giving them the stage. Imagine you are at a party. Someone mentions they just started a new hobby, maybe hiking. The average person says, "Oh, I love hiking. I went to Yosemite last year." They make it about themselves. But you pause, look them in the eye, and say, "Hiking? Tell me more about that." Psychologically, this triggers a massive dopamine hit in their brain. You are validating their existence. You are signaling that you are secure enough to let them shine. Seneca, the Roman philosopher, warned us about people who are busy about nothing. The person who talks constantly is busy about nothing. The person who listens is building an empire of trust. By asking them to go deeper, you become the most interesting person in the room, not by speaking, but by listening. Now, let's handle a tougher situation. Conflict. Someone throws a little shade at you. Maybe a coworker questions your idea in front of the boss, or a family member makes a passive-aggressive comment about your life choices. Your instinct is to defend, to fight back, to explain why they are wrong. But the Stoics taught us that our first reaction is usually wrong. It's emotional, not rational. Instead of defending, use this phrase. What makes you say that? Notice the tone. It's not, "What is your problem?" It's calm curiosity. This phrase is a shield that turns into a mirror. When you ask this, you force the other person to explain their logic. Usually they don't have any logic. They just have an emotion or a judgment. If someone says, "You seem really stressed lately," and you snap back, "No, I'm not," you just proved them right. But if you lean back and ask, "That's interesting. What makes you say that?" You take all the power back. You are the one in control. You are the scientist observing the data, not the victim of the attack. People respect strength, and true strength isn't yelling. It's remaining unbothered. Let's talk about emotional validation. This is the holy grail of relationships. Most arguments spiral out of control because one person doesn't feel heard. They say, "I'm upset," and the other person says, "You shouldn't be upset. It's not a big deal." That is gaslighting, and it kills attraction instantly. The Stoic phrase here is, "I understand why you'd feel that way." Notice what you are not saying. You are not saying, "I agree with you." You are not saying, "You are right and I'm wrong." You are simply acknowledging that their feelings are real to them. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that everyone acts according to their own view of the truth. Even if they are wrong, they think they're right. Fighting their reality is useless. Imagine your partner is mad because you worked late. Don't argue about the hours. Say, "I understand why you'd feel frustrated. You wanted to spend time together." The moment you say this, you drop the rope in the tug of war. The tension vanishes. They feel safe. And when people feel safe, they come closer. They open up. You become a sanctuary in a world that usually tells them they're crazy. We live in a rushed world. Fast food, 15-second videos, instant replies. Everyone is in a hurry. Because of this, patience has become a superpower. When someone is struggling to find the right words, or they are getting emotional, or they are nervous, the average person interrupts. They try to finish the sentence. They check their phone. But you are going to say, "Take your time. I'm here." This is pure power. It signals that you are not a slave to the clock. It signals that you value the human connection more than the schedule. Think about a time you were upset and trying to explain yourself, and you felt the other person getting impatient. It made you panic, right? Now imagine they looked at you and said, "Hey, no rush. Take your time. I'm here." You would feel an immense wave of relief. You would look at that person and think, "I can trust them." The Stoics practiced deliberate slowness. They refused to be enslaved by busyness. By offering your patience, you are offering the rarest gift in modern society, your full, undivided presence. That is magnetic. Miscommunication is the killer of attraction. We think we know what people mean, but usually we are just projecting our own insecurities onto them. Someone says, "I need space," and you hear, "I don't love you anymore." Someone says, "This project needs work," and you hear, "You're incompetent." Stop the spiral. Use the phrase, "Let me make sure I understand." Then repeat back what you think they said. This does two things. First, it slows everything down. It stops you from reacting emotionally to a misunderstanding. Second, it makes the other person feel like a priority. It shows them you care enough to get it right. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, said, "Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue." This phrase prevents you from tripping. If you are in a negotiation or a deep conversation with a friend and things get tense, pause. Say, "Hold on. Let me make sure I understand what you're saying." You feel that X is happening because of Y. They will either say, "Yes, exactly," and feel bonded to you, or, "No, that's not it," and you just saved yourself a massive argument. Clarity is confidence, and confidence is sexy. Finally, we have the phrase that seals the bond. Vulnerability is scary. When someone opens up to you, tells you a secret, admits a fear, shares a dream, they are taking a risk. They are handing you a loaded gun and hoping you don't pull the trigger. If you brush it off, or make a joke, or immediately start talking about yourself, you drop the gun. You break the trust. Instead, you must honor the moment. Say, "I appreciate you sharing that." This reinforces the behavior. It rewards them for being real with you. If you are on a date and they tell you about a difficult childhood memory, look them in the eye. Don't rush to fix it. Just say, "Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that with me." You are telling them, "Your secrets are safe here. I respect your courage." The Stoics believed in the brotherhood of mankind, that we are all connected. By validating someone's vulnerability, you strengthen that connection. You become more than just a casual acquaintance. You become a confidant. And once you are a confidant, you are indispensable. Here is the bottom line. These 6 phrases, tell me more. What makes you say that? I understand. Take your time. Let me clarify. And I appreciate you. They are not magic spells. They are evidence of a disciplined mind. They work because they show that you are not a leaf blowing in the wind, reacting to every emotion and insecurity. You are the rock. You are the harbour. In a world of chaos, the most attractive person is the one who brings the calm. So, try this. Pick just one of these phrases to use today. Maybe with your boss, maybe with your spouse, maybe with the barista at the coffee shop. Watch their eyes. Watch their shoulders drop. Watch them lean in. You don't need to perform. You just need to be present. Thank you for watching. If this message resonated with you, and you are ready to walk the path of the Stoic, like this video and subscribe. Let's build a life of calm power together.